All right, so are you thinking about reinventing your career?
Hmm.
Because today we're going to be doing a deep dive into excerpts from Career Reinvention.
Sounds good.
We're going to help you map out your next move.
Okay.
Whether you're thinking about getting a better job, or maybe starting a business of your own,
Right.
or even building passive income streams.
Yeah, that sounds great.
And it all starts with maybe just kind of admitting to yourself that
Yeah.
it might be time for a change.
Hmm.
Like, how often do you just find yourself daydreaming about having a different job?
Oh, all the time.
Or, feeling like the work you're doing just doesn't make a difference?
Definitely a sign.
And the book points out some really clear signs
Uh-huh.
that things just might not be working.
Yeah.
Maybe you're feeling stuck or complacent or
Mhm.
dreading going to work every morning.
I've been there.
And it can be really hard to admit, especially if
Yeah.
you're making decent money.
Especially if you're comfortable.
Yeah. And the book calls this the wealthy hand-to-mouth,
Oh, interesting.
where you might have a good income,
Right.
but you're still living paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah.
And you never quite feel financially secure.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes it hard to take risks and make big changes.
For sure. For sure.
Do you think that resonates with people?
Oh, yeah. Definitely. It's a common trap.
Yeah.
The book really emphasizes the need to break free from that
Right.
and
Okay.
to build genuine financial security.
Yeah.
And it's not just about earning more money. It's about managing your money effectively
Right.
and making conscious choices about how you're spending your money.
That's so important.
Yeah.
And the book doesn't really sugarcoat the cost of just staying in a job
Yeah.
that's making you unhappy.
For sure.
It even talks about a study that found a link
Oh, wow.
between job dissatisfaction and health problems later in life.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense.
So it can really impact you.
Yeah.
So let's say you're ready for a change. Career Reinvention lays out these three main paths:
Okay.
employment, self-employment, and passive income. And what's really cool is you can actually kind of combine these paths
Interesting.
to create these multiple income streams.
Yeah, I like that.
And the book really wants you to think about your ideal blend.
Okay.
Do you thrive in a structured environment where you have that steady paycheck?
Right.
Or do you crave more autonomy,
Yeah.
like running your own business?
Hmm.
Or maybe you just want to build assets that make money while you're sleeping.
Oh, that's the dream.
I know, right?
Passive income.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
I love that. And the book gives these really interesting examples
Yeah.
of all these different paths. So like, for example, Mary Barra, who's the CEO of General Motors.
Okay.
She's a great example of someone who climbed the corporate ladder.
Wow.
She started at GM when she was just a teenager
Really?
and worked her way all the way up to the top spot.
That's amazing.
And then you have Damon John, who's the founder of FUBU,
Right.
the clothing brand.
Uh-huh.
And he actually started his business in his mother's house
Oh, wow.
with very limited resources.
That's incredible.
And he built it into this global brand.
Wow.
So it shows that entrepreneurship can be a path to success,
Yeah.
even if you're starting small.
For sure.
And then you have Donald Bren,
Okay.
who's this real estate mogul.
Right.
And he built his wealth by owning properties
Yeah.
that generate passive income through rent.
Oh, nice.
So the book really emphasizes how building assets like that
Uh-huh.
can be a key to long-term financial freedom.
Makes sense.
And it doesn't even have to be real estate.
Right.
It could be royalties
Okay.
from like books or music or inventions or dividends from stocks. The key is just thinking about how you can create income streams that work for you,
Yeah.
even when you're not actively working.
I like that.
So, okay, you've got options,
Yeah.
but let's say you are happy in your field. You just want a better job within that same field.
Mm.
What are some strategies then
Yeah.
for leveling up your employment game?
So the book really stresses the importance of becoming a known quantity
Okay.
within your industry,
Okay.
because a lot of times internal promotions are the easiest path to a better job
Oh, that makes sense.
because it's less risk for the company.
Right.
And also strong recommendations from current employees are invaluable.
Yeah.
So that's really important.
But how do you become that known quantity?
That's the question.
Yeah.
Well, networking is key.
Okay.
And the book talks about attending industry conferences,
Right.
getting involved in local business groups,
Uh-huh.
and building a strong online presence.
Okay.
And in today's digital age,
Yeah,
LinkedIn is essential
for sure.
for professionals.
Yeah.
The book suggests crafting a compelling profile
Right.
that really showcases your skills and experience, and then using all of LinkedIn's features to connect with hiring managers and recruiters directly.
So it's not even just about having a great resume anymore. It's about building your personal brand online.
Exactly. Exactly.
But what about those of you who are just ready to ditch the traditional job altogether and just be your own boss?
Right.
Time to unleash your inner entrepreneur.
I love it.
The book acknowledges that self-employment isn't for everyone,
Right.
but it can be incredibly rewarding.
Oh, for sure.
Having that autonomy
Yeah.
to pursue your passions and the potential to build something that's truly your own.
You're in control.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's not about having to invent something completely new either.
Okay.
The book uses Whammo as an example.
Whammo.
You know, the company that made the hula hoop.
Oh, yeah, of course.
And the Frisbee.
Yeah.
They didn't invent those products.
Oh.
They just saw the potential in those existing products.
So they took something and made it better.
Exactly. They built a successful business around them.
Mm-hmm.
It's about recognizing those opportunities and having the vision to capitalize on them.
Yeah.
And they also highlight Jeff Bezos. And Amazon, obviously, a huge success story.
Yeah.
And he didn't invent the internet or the bookstore, but he revolutionized online retail by taking an existing idea and scaling it up.
Right.
So it's not always about being the first.
Okay.
It's about being the best or offering something unique.
Mm-hmm.
So what stood out to you about the Whammo success story?
Well, I think one of the biggest lessons there is that they had this relentless focus on success.
Okay.
They understood their target market really well, and they were constantly innovating.
Yeah.
And they built a really strong brand identity.
Right.
Those are all key ingredients for any successful venture.
Right. But of course, not every great idea turns into this lasting business.
Yeah.
The book mentions Gary Dahl and the pet rock. Oh, yeah.
As kind of this cautionary tale of a successful fad that just didn't have staying power.
It was fun while it lasted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a good reminder that while a clever idea can generate buzz, you really need to think about those market needs.
Right.
The longevity of the product or service.
Yeah.
And building a customer base.
Exactly.
That will keep coming back.
Yeah, you want repeat customers.
Exactly. And on that note, the book brings up the Theranos scandal.
Oh, right.
Which is a stark reminder of the importance of due diligence, especially when you're seeking investors.
Right.
You need to be sure that your vision is backed by solid research, ethical practices, and a real commitment to delivering on your promises.
Yeah.
So we've talked about employment and self-employment, but what about building wealth that works for you, even when you're not working?
Right.
That's where passive income comes in.
That's the dream. It's about breaking free from trading your time for money.
I like it.
And creating income streams that generate wealth on autopilot.
Cool.
It sounds almost too good to be true.
Right.
But Career Reinvention really breaks down different types of passive income assets and explores the pros and cons of each.
Yeah, because it's not a magic bullet.
Right.
Each path has its own nuances and consideration.
Exactly. Okay, so let's dive in.
Okay.
First up, royalties.
Right.
You know, earning money from things you create, like books or music or inventions. It's got that set it and forget it appeal.
Right.
But I imagine it can be pretty unpredictable.
Yeah, that's right.
So the book talks about the potential for long-term income, but also the challenges of like navigating copyright and licensing agreements and, you know, the ever-changing market for creative work.
Yeah.
It's not as simple as just creating something and watching the money roll in.
You got to hustle a little bit.
Yeah, so it's not for the faint of heart.
Right.
What about stocks?
Okay.
You know, owning shares of companies and earning dividends. That seems a little bit more straightforward.
Right.
But I know there's always risk involved.
Absolutely there is.
So the book emphasizes the need for research, understanding market volatility.
Yeah.
Stock values can fluctuate.
They do.
And there's no guarantee of returns.
That's right.
But it also highlights the benefits of diversification, you know, spreading your investments across different companies and industries to help manage risk.
To mitigate that risk.
Yeah, so it's about being strategic and informed, not just jumping in blindly.
Right.
What about real estate? You know, owning rental properties always seems like a solid way to build wealth.
Yeah, it does.
But it probably comes with its own set of headaches.
Oh, it does.
So the book points out the potential for those high returns and asset appreciation, but it also acknowledges the challenges of like capital investment, property management, tenant issues, market fluctuations. It's not as passive as some people might think.
It's not just collecting rent checks.
Exactly. You got to be involved.
Yeah.
So what really struck me about the book's discussion of passive income was this example of institutional investors buying up single-family homes for rental income.
Right.
Like these big investment firms are using data and algorithms to analyze the market, identify potentially profitable properties, and they're outbidding individual buyers.
Interesting.
So it's definitely changing the game.
Yeah.
It's a reminder that you have to stay informed.
Right.
Adapt to the changing market, even when it comes to passive income.
It's always changing.
Career reinvention also stresses the importance of starting small.
Yeah.
No matter what path you choose.
Doesn't have to be this big, huge thing.
Exactly. Even saving $1 a day can build a foundation for future investments.
Right.
It's about building that habit of consistent saving and investing.
I like it.
Yeah, small steps taken consistently can lead to significant results over time.
Totally.
Okay. But let's say you are building those passive income streams.
Okay.
And you still have some extra cash you want to put to work.
Right.
What's the key to being a smart investor?
Well, the book dives into this concept of value investing.
Okay.
Which is the approach that was made famous by Warren Buffett.
Oh, yeah?
And it's about finding undervalued assets with long-term growth potential.
So it's not about chasing those quick profits or following the latest trends.
Exactly.
It's about taking a more measured long-term approach.
Right. It's about doing your research, understanding the companies that you're investing in, and being patient. Value investing is not a get-rich-quick scheme.
Right.
It's a long-term strategy for building wealth.
So that requires discipline.
Right.
And a willingness to kind of ride out those market fluctuations.
Totally.
The book also contrasts value investing with venture capital.
Okay.
Which is much higher risks, higher reward.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So venture capital is all about funding startups and entrepreneurial ventures that have the potential for rapid growth.
Right.
And the book points out that while venture capital can lead to huge wins, like we've seen with companies like Amazon, it also comes with a much higher risk of losses.
Right.
So it's fascinating how the book connects the need for due diligence in both entrepreneurship and investing.
Right.
You don't just jump into anything without really doing your research and understanding the potential risks and rewards.
Gotta do your homework.
Exactly. But building wealth is only part of the equation. Career reinvention also talks about the importance of giving back. Yeah. What stood out to you in the book's discussion of philanthropy?
Well, I found the distinction between charity and philanthropy particularly interesting. You know, charity is often focused on that immediate relief, addressing a specific need in the short term.
Right.
But philanthropy takes more of a strategic long-term approach.
Okay.
Aiming to create lasting change.
Interesting.
And the book uses Andrew Carnegie.
Oh, wow.
The steel tycoon turned philanthropist.
Right.
It's a prime example.
Yeah.
He's just a fantastic illustration of someone who used his wealth to create a lasting impact.
Okay.
Carnegie believed in empowering people, not just giving handouts.
Right.
So he funded the construction of thousands of libraries, providing access to education and opportunities for countless individuals.
That's amazing. And it's inspiring to see that you don't have to be a billionaire to make a difference. Exactly.
The book highlights that there are countless ways to get involved in philanthropy. Regardless of your financial situation.
Sure.
You can donate your time, your skills, or your money to causes that you believe in. It's about finding a way to contribute that feels meaningful to you.
Totally.
Absolutely. And the book even mentions the Giving Pledge.
Oh, right.
Which is a campaign that encourages the ultra-wealthy to commit to giving away at least half their wealth to philanthropic causes. It's amazing to see this growing awareness of using wealth for social good.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a powerful reminder that success isn't just about what you achieve for yourself, but also about how you use your resources to make a positive impact on the world.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's a good point. So we've covered a lot of ground today.
We have.
From recognizing the need for change to exploring these different paths to career reinvention. Right. What does this all mean for you, the listener?
Well, it means you have more options than you might realize. Mm-hmm. You know, it's about taking ownership of your career.
Right.
And crafting a path that aligns with your values, your skills and aspirations, and career reinvention.
Right.
Gives you the tools to do just that.
Yeah.
It's packed with practical advice, inspiring examples, and actionable strategies to help make it happen.
And it's not just about dreaming of a better career.
Right.
It's about taking those concrete steps to make that dream a reality.
Exactly.
Whether that's updating your resume, networking with industry leaders, launching that side hustle you've been putting off. Action is key.
For sure.
So what resonated most with you today?
Well,
what's your first step going to be?
I think it's about identifying what truly matters to you.
Okay.
You know, is it financial freedom?
Right.
Creative fulfillment, making a social impact.
Yeah.
Or maybe a blend of all of these.
Right.
But once you have clarity on your goals, you can start building a roadmap to achieve them.
I like that. And remember, even small steps taken consistently can lead to massive change over time.
Yeah.
You don't have to have it all figured out right now. It's a journey.
It is.
And career reinvention can be your guide.
I like that.
One thing that struck me throughout the book was this recurring theme of continuous learning.
Oh, that's huge.
Yeah. And it's not just about acquiring knowledge.
Right.
It's also about cultivating a mindset of curiosity and adaptability.
For sure.
So it's not about becoming an expert in everything, but rather about being open to new ideas, embracing challenges as opportunities for growth, and constantly seeking ways to improve your skills and knowledge.
I love it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what allows you to navigate the inevitable twists and turns of any career path and create a fulfilling and successful professional life.
That's it.
So what are you learning today that will set you up for success tomorrow?
That's a good question.
What steps are you taking to build the career you truly desire?
I love that.
That's a great question to ponder as we wrap up this deep dive into career reinvention.
I like it.
And remember, you have the power to shape your own future.
Yes, you do.
Now go out there and make it happen.
You got this.
You got this.
Exactly.
Okay. That is it for part 1 of our deep dive.
Awesome.
Into career reinvention. Make sure to tune in for part 2.
That's good.
We'll be right back.
All right.
So it's not a magic bullet.
Right.
Each path has its own nuances and things to think about. Okay, so let's dive in.
No.
First up, royalties.
Okay.
Earning money from things you create, like books or music or inventions. It's got that set it and forget it appeal.
Sure.
But I imagine it can be pretty unpredictable.
Yeah, it can be.
Yeah, so the book talks about that long-term potential for income, but also the challenges of navigating copyright, licensing agreements, and the ever-changing market for creative work.
Right.
It's not as simple as just creating something and watching the money roll in.
It would be nice, though.
I know, right?
But
so it's not for the faint of heart.
Right.
What about stocks? Owning shares of companies, potentially earning dividends?
Right.
That seems more straightforward.
Right.
But, you know, there's always risk involved.
Always risk.
So the book really emphasizes the need for research. And you really got to understand market volatility.
Right.
You know, those stock values can fluctuate. And there's no guarantee you're going to get those returns.
No guarantee.
But it also highlights the benefits of diversification. You know, spreading your investments across different companies and industries.
Right. Don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Exactly. To help manage that risk. So it's about being strategic and informed, not just blindly jumping in.
You got to have a plan.
Yeah. What about real estate?
Okay.
The classic owning rental properties always seems like a solid way to build wealth.
It does seem like that.
But I imagine it comes with its own set of headaches.
Oh, it definitely does.
So the book points out that potential for high returns and asset appreciation, but it also acknowledges the challenges of capital investment, property management, tenant issues, market fluctuations. You got to deal with all that. It's not as passive as some people might think.
It's not just collecting rent checks.
Exactly. You got to be involved.
You got to put in some work.
So what really struck me about the book's discussion of passive income was this example of institutional investors buying up single-family homes for rental income.
Right.
Like these big investment firms.
Yeah.
They're using data and algorithms
Really?
to analyze the market.
Interesting.
Identify those potentially profitable properties.
Wow.
And they're outbidding individual buyers.
So they're changing the game.
They're changing the game. It's a reminder. You have to stay informed.
Right.
Adapt to the changing market.
You got to stay on top of it.
Yeah. Even with passive income.
Right. Things are always changing.
Career reinvention also stresses the importance of starting small.
Yeah.
No matter what path you choose.
Right.
Even saving $1 a day can build a foundation for future investments.
Right.
It's about building that habit of consistent saving and investing.
Yeah, just start somewhere. Right. Small steps taken consistently can lead to significant results over time.
Totally.
Okay. But let's say you're building those passive income streams.
Okay.
And you still have extra cash. You want to put to work.
Yeah.
What's the key to being a smart investor?
Well, the book talks about value investing.
Okay.
You know, the approach made famous by Warren Buffett.
Oh.
And it's about finding those undervalued assets with long-term growth potential.
So it's not about those quick profits or following the latest trends.
Definitely.
It's about taking a more measured, long-term approach.
It's a marathon, not a sprint.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you got to do your research.
Right.
Understand the companies you're investing in and just be patient.
Yeah.
Value investing is not a get-rich-quick scheme.
It's not.
It's a long-term strategy for building wealth.
For sure.
So that requires discipline.
Yeah.
And a willingness to ride out those market fluctuations. It's going to go up and down.
Yeah, for sure.
But you got to stay the course.
The book also contrasts value investing with venture capital, which is a much higher risk, higher reward game.
Much higher risk.
So venture capital is all about funding those startups and entrepreneurial ventures that have that potential for rapid growth.
Huge potential.
And the book points out that while venture capital can lead to huge wins, like we've seen with Amazon, it also comes with a much higher risk of loss. So it's interesting how the book connects the need for due diligence in both entrepreneurship and investing.
That's a good point.
You don't just jump into anything without doing your research.
You got to know what you're getting into.
Yeah, and understanding those potential risks and rewards.
Totally.
But building wealth is only part of the equation. Career reinvention also talks about giving back. What stood out to you in the book's discussion of philanthropy?
Well, I found the distinction between charity and philanthropy really interesting.
That's interesting.
You know, charity is often focused on that immediate relief. Addressing a specific need in the short term. But philanthropy takes more of a strategic, long-term approach. Aiming to create lasting change. And the book uses Andrew Carnegie. The steel tycoon turned philanthropist as a prime example. He's just a fantastic illustration of someone who used his wealth to create a lasting impact. You know, Carnegie believed in empowering people, not just giving handouts. So he funded the construction of thousands of libraries, providing access to education and opportunities for countless individuals.
And it's inspiring to see that you don't have to be a billionaire to make a difference.
You can start small.
Yeah, the book highlights that there are countless ways to get involved. In philanthropy, regardless of your financial situation, you can donate your time, your skills, your money to causes you believe in.
Whatever you can give.
Exactly. It's about finding a way to contribute that feels meaningful to you.
That's it.
And the book even mentions the Giving Pledge.
Which
is a campaign that encourages the ultra-wealthy to commit to giving away at least half their wealth to philanthropic causes.
Good example.
It's amazing to see that growing awareness of using wealth for social good. It's a powerful reminder that success isn't just about what you achieve for yourself, but also about how you use your resources to make a positive impact on the world.
I like that.
So we covered a lot of ground today.
Yeah, we really did.
From recognizing the need for a change to exploring all these different paths to career reinvention.
Lots of options out there.
What does this all mean for you, the listener?
Well, it means you have a lot more options than you might realize.
Yeah. Okay.
You really have the power to take ownership of your career.
Right.
Craft a path that aligns with your values.
Okay.
Your skills, your aspirations.
And career reinvention really gives you the tools to do that.
Yeah, it's packed with advice, inspiring examples, actionable strategies.
Yeah, it's not just about dreaming of a better career. It's about taking those steps.
Taking action.
To make that dream a reality.
Exactly.
Whether that's updating your resume, networking with industry leaders, launching that side hustle you've been putting off. Action is key.
Action is everything.
So what resonated most with you today? What's your first step going to be?
Well, for me, it's about identifying what truly matters.
Okay.
Is it financial freedom? Creative fulfillment?
Yeah.
Making a social impact?
Right.
Or maybe it's a blend of all of those things.
Yeah.
But I think once you have clarity on your goals, you can start building that roadmap.
Okay, I like that. And remember, even those small steps taken consistently can lead to massive change over time.
You don't have to have it all figured out right now.
You don't.
It's a journey.
It is a journey.
And career reinvention can be your guide.
And one thing that struck me throughout this whole book was this recurring theme of continuous learning.
Oh, that's so important.
It is.
Yeah.
And it's not just about acquiring knowledge.
Right.
It's about cultivating that mindset of curiosity and adaptability.
For sure.
It's not about becoming an expert in everything.
Right.
But it's about being open to new ideas.
Yeah.
Embracing challenges as opportunities for growth. And constantly seeking ways to improve your skills and knowledge.
I love that.
Yeah, that's what allows you to kind of navigate the inevitable twists and turns.
The ups and downs.
Of any career path.
Yeah.
And really create that fulfilling and successful professional life.
That's the goal.
So what are you learning today that will set you up for success tomorrow?
Good question.
What steps are you taking to build the career you truly desire?
That's what I want to know.
That's a great question to ponder as we wrap up our deep dive into career reinvention.
Awesome.
And remember,
yes,
you have the power to shape your own future.
You do.
Now go out there and make it happen.
You got this.
You got this.
That's it for this deep dive.
Thanks for joining us.
See you next time.